The world watched in shock as ISIS emerged from the Middle East turmoil. This group capitalized on instability and sectarian divides. The US-led invasion of Iraq in the early 2000s toppled Saddam Hussein's regime, but created a breeding ground for insurgency. One insurgent group, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, AQI, founded by Abu Musab al-Zarqawi, became notorious for extreme violence. AQI exploited the grievances of Iraq's Sunni minority, marginalized by the new Shia-led government. After Zarqawi's death, the group adapted and expanded into Syria under Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. By 2013, Baghdadi's faction rebranded as ISIS, marking a formal split from Al-Qaeda. In June 2014, after capturing Mosul, Baghdadi declared a global caliphate, challenging existing nation-states. ISIS aimed to unite Muslims worldwide under its black banner and impose its extremist interpretation of Islamic law. The declaration was a direct challenge to international borders and existing nation-states. The group's rapid rise was a stark warning of how power vacuums can breed extremism. The Syrian civil war provided a crucial new theater for ISIS's expansion. The chaos in Syria allowed ISIS to expand its operations across the border. This expansion led to ideological and strategic disagreements with Al-Qaeda's central leadership. The ultimate goal of ISIS was far more audacious than that of its predecessors. ISIS's rapid territorial expansion stunned international observers. Their fighters seized major cities, oil fields, and strategic border crossings with astonishing speed. The group's rule was characterized by extreme brutality and systematic terror. Public executions, beheadings, and mass shootings became commonplace. Ethnic and religious minorities, such as the Yazidis, faced genocide and enslavement. ISIS used modern technology for propaganda, attracting thousands of foreign fighters and inspiring lone wolf attacks. Their digital outreach created a global network of supporters. Within its caliphate, ISIS attempted to establish the trappings of a state, collecting taxes and operating courts. However, this state-building project was dependent on plunder and brutal oppression. The illusion of governance could not mask ISIS's predatory nature. The group's brutality and digital reach extended their influence far beyond the Middle East. The rise of ISIS triggered a humanitarian catastrophe. Millions fled their homes, creating a refugee crisis that overwhelmed neighboring countries and Europe. ISIS waged a war on history, destroying priceless archaeological sites and ancient artifacts. The group targeted UNESCO World Heritage sites like Palmyra and Nimrud. These acts of cultural vandalism were intended to erase pre-Islamic history. ISIS inspired and orchestrated terrorist attacks globally, spreading fear and anxiety. Major cities in Europe, Asia, Africa, and North America experienced devastating attacks. An international coalition led by the US launched a campaign to degrade and destroy ISIS. Military operations included airstrikes and support to local ground forces. The fight against ISIS involved military action and measures to counter its financing and propaganda. Years of military pressure eroded ISIS's territorial control. By March 2019, ISIS had lost virtually all its territory in Iraq and Syria. The fall of Baghouz marked the end of its physical caliphate. Despite this, ISIS has not been eradicated. The group has reverted to a clandestine network of cells, continuing attacks and intimidation. The ideology that fueled ISIS remains potent, with fighters and supporters still at large. ISIS has franchised its brand to extremist groups worldwide. Affiliates have emerged in Africa, Afghanistan, and Southeast Asia. Understanding ISIS's rise, fall, and evolution remains crucial. The threat of terrorism inspired by ISIS's ideology continues to challenge global security.